Tonight, doing our flight club. Dwayne and Steve are here. We've been doing some buddy box flying. I've been testing out my new ground station. I'll tell you guys about that later, but we're kind of taking a break from doing our buddy box flying. I don't have a GoPro on the quad tonight, so there's not really gonna be any quad flying action, but something I've been wanting to do. I won these as like a door prize from Travis Grindle at the, these are the props I've been flying. They are a 50-40 prop, so they're 5 inches across, and the scoop on them is 40 degrees, or at least that's the way I understand it. And the props that I won are a 50-51 prop. So they're 5 inches across, but the scoop, check this out. The scoop on that sucker is 51 degrees.
Versus how many in this?
40 degrees.
51 versus 40, and it looks like a lot more too.
It does. It just looks fast. Doesn't this look fast? And so something I've been wanting to do anyway is I've been wanting to find out like how fast is my quadcopter. I've done a little bit of testing and I think it can easily do around 60-65 miles an hour with the original props. But tonight we're gonna do some measuring. We're not on the roads, which I guess I'm never on the roads, so there is no speed limit, but we're gonna do some measuring, come up with a distance, and then I'm gonna try to get this camera, if I can figure out how to get it in high speed, high frame rate mode, calculate how fast the drone goes. So, does that sound like fun, guys?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
64 feet 9 inches.
All right, so from the beginning of that window to the end of that window is 64 feet 9 inches. Let's see how long it takes the drone to get from point A to point B with the original props, and then we'll try these suckers. All right, so that was a lot harder than I anticipated. It's really difficult to keep the drone low. We'll see if that worked or not, but anyway, I've got the props. I'm gonna put a brand new fresh battery on, and do it to it. All right, let's put a fresh battery on this sucker and let it rip. Old. All right, so hopefully I got an example there that will work. And these props and the other props, they're so hard when you punch it, it wants to climb. I think I got a couple passes that were low enough that hopefully I can calculate it. So I will see what it says when we get back home. But for now, I'm gonna let Maddie do some buddy box flying. You wanna do some buddy box flying? Yeah. All right guys, let's head back to the office and see how fast we're going. Alright guys, it is 11:52 p.m., kind of late, and I was just working on the footage. Let's see, I got it over here. Working on the footage here that you guys have already seen. The problem that I was having was I was trying to keep it straight so I could measure, and I did round up 3 inches, so my measurements might not be perfectly accurate, but for those of you who are interested in how or what I'm doing, essentially I have a 60 frame per second clip, and so I put that in my timeline, go to the point to where the drone crosses the first part of that window, and I cut it. And then I go across and I count how many frames does it take for the drone to hit that point B. Then I cut it there. So the first one was 44 frames. Let's see here, I take 44 frames, divided by 60, all right, 0.733333333, and I went 65 feet, so I divide 65 feet by 0.7333333, and I find out that I went 88.63 feet per second. And then there's a really nice calculator here on the internet that will take feet per second or foot per second and calculate how many miles per hour. So 88.63 feet per second. This was the very first pass I made with the original props. I was doing 60.42 miles per hour. So that was the first pass. First pass, original props, 60.42 miles per hour. The second pass with the original props was 38 frames. So I take 38 divided by 60, that gives me 6.333333. So then I take 65 feet divided by 0.63333. I was traveling 102.63 feet per second. Pump that in the calculator, 102.63. I was traveling 69.975 miles per hour, so 70 miles per hour with the original props. With the new props, I had a hard time keeping the quad low enough, so I really only got one good pass. That pass took 32 frames to get from point A to point B. So 32 divided by 60 equals 5.333333. It's crazy. It's like incremental. If I take 65 feet divided by 0.5333333, that gives me 121.87 feet per second. 83 miles an hour. That's insane. In person, I would say that those props didn't feel substantially faster. Mind you, there are other variables at play, you know, like was I punching it the exact same each time? I have no idea. But it appears that my quadcopter will absolutely do 83 miles per hour, which is insanity. For those of you guys who have never seen one of these in person, like these things have unbelievable power. And that was 0 to 83 miles an hour in literally 0 time. These things are insane. So really I'm just making this video for my own good because I wanted to know how fast does my quadcopter fly. People always ask that, how fast does it fly? With the original props, it'll do 70. With the fancy props, it'll do 83 miles an hour. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I am still having a ton of fun with this whole quadcopter thing. I did build my ground station last night. I'm hoping to rebuild it in the next couple days, so look back for a video on that. I did something with my ground station that I have not found anywhere else on the internet, so I definitely want to share that with you guys. But anyway guys, thank you for tuning in, and we're going to catch you tomorrow. I don't even know what to call this. Is it life in the flyover? Flying in the flyover? I don't know. But subscribe, check back. Later.